everybody, Hidden Object Guru here with a quick guide for getting through the Ethan Must Die mode in Resident Evil 7. I'm not going to go through the basics, listening to boxes, how to fight things. I'll just show you how to get past all of the monsters and traps in the easiest way possible while using the least ammunition, which you can save up for the Marguerite fight. So, once you get through this door, head straight to the trophy room. You don't need to worry about closing any doors along the way. Once you get to this door, be sure to duck under the wire. Then just wait inside for the molded enemy to walk into the tripwire and kill himself. Now you're free to open the boxes at your leisure. At this point, a molded enemy is going to spawn behind you. Don't worry about it. Just slash this egg sac 12 times, open the door, walk through, and then immediately close it behind you. You'll be fine. When you're dealing with these floor traps, you want to trip the first one by running over it, avoid the second one, then trip the third one. That way, when you're coming back from the treasure room, you can trip the second one, and it'll hit the crawling molded with the gas. In the treasure room here, I get the Albert, which makes the rest of the game a whole lot easier. But honestly, you can beat this as long as you have plenty of ammo with pretty much any gun. There's only 2 fights you have to win before you fight Marguerite, and this is the first of them. I can't really give you any specifics here because I don't know what guns you're going to have. If you have a shotgun, you can maybe take his head off in one shot, or at least knock him down, finish him off with a knife. I just shoot him 3 times with the Albert. Takes 7 or 8 bullets with a regular handgun if you get a bunch of headshots, but just kill him, and then let's move on to how to get around the fat molded you'll see in a second. As you can see, I triggered him to follow me with a gunshot, but he'll follow you eventually, even if you don't, as long as you lure him close. The goal here is duck behind the table until he comes walking towards you, and then just sprint through the door behind him. Easiest thing in the world. Close the door. You don't have to. This trap's actually pretty easy to deal with. Just open the door a crack, carefully aim the wire, and shoot. Another simple trap kill, just duck down under the tripwires, walk to the end until he sees you. The second he sees you, turn around, walk back to the front end, and he will get blown up. Unfortunately, he has to get blown up twice to die. And don't stop walking away until you're back at the entrance, because sometimes the first explosion will knock him under the second tripwire, and it's the third explosion that kills him. Not this time, though. Okay, we've now reached the second mandatory fight. What you want to do is trigger the enemies, and hopefully have a shotgun or something to knock this one down. I just used 3 shots from my Albert. Then you want to walk past and lure the second guy into that trap. It can take you a while to find him sometimes. Ah, there he goes. And then once he's in the trap, 1 hit from any weapon will kill him. If you have some extra bullets you don't mind wasting, go for it. I just kill him with the knife. The moment you walk through this door, immediately turn and close it. That way you don't have to worry about fighting the crawling molded. Okay, this part's just annoying. When you get to the top of the stairs, do a 180, right, look down, step back a couple of times, and then the second you hear the trigger go off, run forward and down. You might need to do it more than once to get the timing. Okay, all the boxes in this room are trapped, so you want to get over to this pressure pad on the floor and angle yourself so you can run over it and then fall down into the pit. Set it off, and then you detonate safely everything that was in the room. Once you hear the gun trigger, just duck and go through the door. A molded's going to appear behind you. Don't worry about it. The gun will take care of him. Then you want to run straight across to the other side of the room Hopefully you're not going to trigger any guns. Take out your pistol, shotgun, whatever. Destroy that at the end of the bar. Okay? Now, let this gun get set off and then duck down. You won't get hit by bullets, but it will destroy the tripwire guarding the exit door. Now all you have to do is, well, as you can see, I destroy that box from a distance just to be safe. It happens to have the X-ray glasses in it, which are pretty helpful, but it just speeds up the game. Walk through this door, trigger the two molded, walk back out to the balcony, duck down immediately, don't forget to do that, close the door, and now you just wait while the gun kills both of the molded. It's that simple. This is a little frustrating because I actually screwed this up pretty badly. What you want to have happen is blow off the first guy's leg with a shotgun, and then when the second guy walks up, you blow them both up with a barrel. That doesn't happen for me, but I end up making it work. It just takes a little longer. When you finally do jump down, make sure to get in between both of the wires and then back up. Do not turn around because that can set off a wire. Just back straight up until you're against the wall. Then you're going to be clear of the wires. Keep the wires there because you will need them later. Just handle this floor pad the normal way. Set it off, run away. Then you want to open the door, shoot the crate on the other side because it is always an explosive. Then you can collect whatever's in the room. Okay, this room looks a lot scarier than it actually is. Just walk through the doorway slightly and move a little to the left. You'll set off the first tripwire, which destroys everything in there except for the bomb on the light fixture. That's the important thing. As long as the bomb on the light fixture is still there, run into the room to the far wall. You're going to spawn a molded behind you. Immediately turn around, aim at the light fixture, and when the molded gets close to it, just shoot the bomb, one hit kill. Okay, once you get the key, you're going to trigger the monsters. So run right back here and duck next to the machine gun. Not close enough to trigger it. And the machine gun is going to kill the two molded, as you can see. And once they're trapped in there, move as close to the table as you can. Alright, now, this is the tough part. Get to the edge of the table without getting hit. I got hit by his vomit. If you stay next to the table, it shouldn't hit him, and if you stay to the right, he'll get lured in front of the gun. It will kill him without you ever having to fire a shot. Okay, this is very important. Close the doors into the dining room, but open the door leading into the kitchen. It's important. You'll see why later. Okay, now you've got two crawling guys. Ideally, you would have two bombs here, so you just detonate one bomb as each of them crawl under it, but I only have one because that stupid thing I did earlier, so I shoot the first guy to delay him and then blow them both up. I mean, either way, that's always a viable option, but either way, you've got to clear both of the bombs out. As you can see now, I go back and I remember to open the door. So you might as well just do one for each of them. Okay, this part just sucks. The second the crawling molded start to spawn, turn around, run back into the kitchen, and close the door behind you. That will trap them out in the hallway. Luckily, they wander a lot, and they will always run into the bombs. Ta-da! That's all it takes. That one luckily got both of them, but if you've got two tripwires there, one tripwire doesn't set the other tripwire off. So eventually both of them will wander into a tripwire, even if the first one doesn't kill them both. Okay, we've got another part here that's actually easier than it looks. There's a tripwire right in between the doors. Walk to the side of it. Go about 10 feet into the room, turn around, walk right back out. Then open both doors, and both of the molded will converge on the tripwire at the same time, killing them both without you having to do anything. Now, you're done with the house. Get on outside to the hardest part of the game. Okay, once you get here to the right side of the trailer, you should be able to hear the fat molded spawning. Once he's fully spawned, walk forward and right there, shoot one of the bombs. Now, this part sucks. You have to kite the regular molded around the map, which is really hard to do because you can't see them. Make them follow you up to the deck. Once they're on the deck, walk to the other set of stairs, walk back down, and shoot the second bomb next to the fat guy. Then walk away, kite the molded around, lead him back up to the deck, run back, and shoot the third bomb. Once the third bomb has been hit, he'll die. You'll be able to just wait till he explodes, and then walk through to the greenhouse. Do not kill the molded who are chasing you. I can't stress that enough. If you kill the first two, some more molded come after you. Kill them. 2 crawling molded come after you. Absolutely do not kill the molded who are following you. One last note. Make sure he fully spawns before you destroy the first remote bomb. Because if he's still in the process of spawning, it's not going to damage him and you're going to have to waste some ammo on him. And that's that. You've successfully reached the greenhouse, and now all that's left to do is kill Marguerite, just like you did in the main game, except, you can't get hit even once. Well, you can get hit once by a bomb, but, try not to get hit as much. I can't really offer you any guidance for this. The method I use there, unless I get a really, really, really bad draw and have no guns getting into the basement, this method gets me to the Marguerite fight 90-95% of the time. But the Marguerite fight is always a challenge. So I'm going to leave my Marguerite fight here, just to show you where all the traps are, where all the guns are. My only strategy suggestion is try to lure her into as many traps as possible. And whether that's getting her to knock over the tripwires or getting her to walk next to the tripwires and you shoot the bomb, either way, you should be fine. Yeah, it's not as hard as it looks. So I guess I'll just leave you with a good luck, and I hope you have fun murdering Marguerite using all of the weapons you have. I've been Hidden Object Guru, and until next time, au revoir. Gotcha.
Bless your heart. You know I'm gonna find you in the end. Come on now with me. We're gonna settle
Thank you.